Peggy 3.
Peggy 3. Hello and welcome everyone to a little quick video of a game that just has been announced on the Gamescom opening night, and this game is a brand new park sim of which we honestly don't really know that much, but we have a beautiful trailer to dive into right now. And before I keep on talking, I will actually shut up for a second and you will be able to catch the trailer now. It's a couple, 1.5 minutes long, so enjoy the trailer first and then stick with me. We're going to talk through this thing in detail, so enjoy that one and we talk later.
Peggy 3.
So, be honest. It's another classic, eh?
It's a little old-fashioned, don't you think?
Oh, nonsense! Everything's brand new! They haven't made most of these rides since the 80s, for, some reason.
The reason is that nobody wants to ride them anymore. But it's okay. I think we just need a little help.
Oh, yes! Very impressive! Oh, the engineering is going to cost an arm and a leg. You remind me of the visioneer I used to be. This roller coaster, I can feel the magic of it already.
Vertical drops with enough G's to make you giddy? Thrilling bursts of speed? Is this even possible?
Does it matter?
Impossification!
Our success depends on your creativity, my friend.
Alright, here we go guys, and we are now in the little analysis of what is going on here. So, this thing is called Park Beyond, and I tried to find a couple of things, but there's not really that much to find on the interwebs right now. So this is, and this might be one of the most important notes at the very beginning, this game is made by the same developer as Tropico. And if you guys don't know Tropico is basically a kind of island builder, city builder is not the right word, but it's like a kind of a builder game in which you're building your own kind of holiday resort on an island, and it borrows a lot of funny little things from a lot of corruption and all of the corruption and funny things all around building hotels and farms and stuff like that. So it does actually have a lot of anno, but it is really a little bit more into the kind of funny thing, and it has like a very nice story of a lot of funny elements, like how it's going on behind the scenes, and you can basically work with a lot of somewhat shady things to get things done. And honestly, this looks a little bit like this. It looks like taking Planet Coaster, and Planet Coaster would be the Anno if you want, and this is going to be the Tropico of Planet Coaster, if that makes any sense. This is what we are going for, and I guess this is a very good bet on what we're going to see here. So you can see this is the game engine footage we are looking on right now, and this seems to be done in Unreal Engine, as it has confirmed so far that I've been able to find that online. So Unreal Engine is a very good information because it's kind of state of the art, and is also very good because that means there's kind of a good development going on, and whenever there's something new. The game is going to be released in 2022, so there's a couple of months left before we see the game, so hopefully there's got more stuff dropping. So I'm going to skip the cutscene here more or less. I'm going to look at some things first because they give us a bit of an idea what's going to happen, because the game seems to be, from the articles I read, seems to be a lot focused on things like making crazy rides and crazy things happening. However, there's a a lot of stuff in here that we can see already. So like very nice kiosks and very nice little things, like I don't know what that is, like it looks like ice cream or something. But the good part about this is it seems to be actually in the game as kind of placeable objects, whatnot. So we have to see if it is as, you know, kind of free as it is in Planet Coaster, for example. But at least we can see that things like that is in. But don't take this for granted at all, because this is like a cinematic trailer in the game engine, and well, you know, if it's done on Unreal, it's basically a pre-rendered Unreal footage, so you know, can basically do everything. I love this shot, by the way. This shot is also just brilliant. So you can see this kind of little bored person which is, you know, standing in that thing, even like all the ugly hair here on its like a lower leg and stuff. Really crazy. This kind of circle thing looks almost like in Planet Coaster. I don't even know where the pathway is going though, it's just cut off there. So again, as I said, it's kind of a pre-rendered thing, and yeah, whatever. So there's not really too much to take off here, but you can definitely see the design of the things. You can see the rides all look very much prefab. Another bored person, by the way, but it almost looks like everything is kind of built, you know. It doesn't really look like too much setup. So I'm really hoping that this already gives us an idea of already done rides and stuff, because it really almost looks like as if this is all already done and in terms of the game. And it is a very, like, from color wise and the person and the characters and the design, I think it's a very inviting style. I just love the fact that they play a lot here with you know, depth of field, and you know, make the looks, you know, it's kind of like realistic, but then again, it is going into the Tropico vibes. And again, I really, if you have no idea what Tropico is, make sure to check out what Tropico is. It will give you a better idea of what you can expect. So then we have like a cutscene over here in like one of the Ferris wheel big, I don't know, glass domes or whatever they're in here. It's very important now to skip forward a little bit, so you can see this seems to be like the young savior of the entertainment, so to say. She's there to, you know, reshape things, and you can see there is like one of the new blueprints, like almost literally in front of us now, of kind of a ride that we want to do. So it's kind of a cannon that shoots out a coaster, and this is maybe the point where all the realism seekers will drop out of this project, which, you know, to be fair, I can't understand, but you know that I'm kind of a creative person myself. I love realistic builds, I love to go really into detail, but I also love the totally out of the box, super unrealistic things. I did all over in Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, so this is definitely also the way I love to go sometimes as well. So yeah, we seem to have like a coaster that is actually shot by a cannon. So it's basically taking the concept of Space Mountain and just translate that into a really freaking thing. So we've got the cannon, and this is just kind of to, you know, shoot things off of it. So you can see this is how it is realized. And now being over here, this looks to be a little bit more precise of what we can expect in the game. And now there are a couple of things I wanted to stress in this shot in particular. I certainly chose this shot because it gave the most away, at least in my opinion, of what we can expect. So I'm assuming that this is potentially the closest you'll get to an actual game screenshot. So what you can definitely tell from this ride over here, this is kind of a breakdance ride if I see that correctly, you can definitely tell that there's like this signage or so over here almost looks like it could be pieces. These towers over here look like they could be pieces, but they could also be part of the ride, of course. But what's way more interesting and important is like these sci-fi pieces over here, which look a hell lot like the sci-fi pieces of Planet Coaster. I'm not going to lie here, but this looks almost carbon copy. But hell, I mean, this is like, you know, even Planet Coaster took huge inspiration from the Star Wars sci-fi kind of things, you know. But you know, if we even look at down here, this looks almost like the little tanker unit from Planet Coaster. Like, it's very similar, okay? And it's, you know, it's not a bad thing to copy if things are great, but this looks super familiar. And these pieces, at least over here, those seem to be placed down as scenery objects next to this ride in the back. What the hell this ever is, I have no idea. But, you know, again, it seems not to be too much about realism. On the left-hand side over here, we can see this is kind of like a food shop over here where you can get some croissants, I guess, or is it like a... So like a kind of, whatever is this? I think it's a croissant, right? I mean, at least that's what I'm assuming. But yeah, you can see there seem to be some elements. This seems to be like a sci-fi path down here, different style kind of things, and then down there like certain plants and stuff like that. So really interesting stuff. And you know, this is then where the coaster thingy is kind of shot out, whatever you want to see, say that, you know, there's, again, with all the blurring in the background, there's not really that much to see. If we skip forward, there was like a very interesting bridge design. Where is it? There you go. So this bridge is something that, you know, makes me happy, but at the same time makes me worried, because it looks too good embedded into the environment, as if that's going to be something, you know, done by hand and completely free and by the player. It almost seems like that, you know, you get predefined places in which you can put down rides. I really do not hope that this is the case. This would also, you know, in my opinion, it would not be worth the game 2022, not at all. But you never know. You never know what they do. And yeah, it almost looks like you shoot them into kind of a landing platform that goes then into the rest of the coaster. And over here you can see like somewhat of a weird carousel growing out of itself, and then we have the completely insane wheel thingy that looks almost like a gear system, carrying all these gondolas forward through it. Even though that looks like freaking crazy, I'm not even sure if this is like 100% unrealistic. It almost seems like it's weird, but it potentially could work, you know, if we're just going through here, down there, rotate around that thing, go all the way about here, go down there, go in here. No, actually looking at this looks almost like doable, which is very interesting. But yeah, you can see some cypress trees down here. You can see a very weird bank turn of a steel coaster to the left hand side. And what I read also in an article is that you base all of your rides off of a classic ride. So you will potentially start with some realistic rides, and again, you never know how much they will do and how many things will be in the game at the beginning, but maybe this game might still be something for the realism seekers when it has like a very solid building mode and you just do not go and research the crazy rides. But whatever, you know, this is just me guessing from this thing over here. What I really do like is this shot over here of the station. Like it really seems to work a lot with like great stations, entrance, exits, etc, etc, etc. You can't really tell much more what's going on then, but yeah, we see a lot of other things now, and this is where it all becomes a lot more crazy. This is the shot from the beginning, and again, this looks a lot more to be in the game engine now. You can see kids with balloons. There's like a staff member in here, if I see that correctly. Let's skip forward a couple of images and see if we can spot that person. Not really though, so, you know, going back a little bit, oop, that is a little bit too much. You can't really tell too much, but you know, it looks interesting enough to be hyped about it, at least, that we have something in this genre again. You know, I kept repeating myself that I was hoping for a Planet Coaster 2 maybe at the end of 2022. And if that game means we have another competition or maybe something else to push the genre, I am very happy about this. I'm very happy about this. Anyways, you know, we go further and you can see this wonderful bird's view shot from the park. And again, it looks very crazy. This coaster, I don't know, seems to be crushing through the entire area. Whatever the hell this is in the background, this almost looks like this arcade game where you had to shoot the ball into like the basketball thingy, whatever. Looks almost like that, like very crazy towers and stuff. You know, judging from this thing, it even might not be my kind of thing, because it seems to be a little bit too crazy. But maybe this is just, you know, to sell the idea, and at the end it's maybe not that crazy, and this over here could be a shot of like the maximum craziness park you can build, and then I still would be fine with it. But yeah, you can see now flying through here, you have this kind of very weird octopus ride, which seems to be grabbing these gondolas out of the water and throwing them around, which is crazy, and flying through these balloons here in kind of a roll / corkscrew kind of thing. And then you see the same coaster we saw earlier having also like a kind of flip over jump over element, which is crazy, which looks like this photoshopped element. Oh, by the way, it wasn't a croissant, it was like a crab over here, like a little I forgot the name. It's not a crab, like it's a shrimp. That's what it is. It's almost like baba gump. Little shrimp here. And then if we go further, you can see like the coaster is caught down here and then just crashing through this area up in the air, getting some airtime over here, even though, you know, I'm not really sure if airtime is the right KPI for a coaster like that. It's maybe like, you know, surviving is maybe the best KPI of this kind of ride. But yeah, so this is Park Beyond, and ending this video, I want to talk about the name. Maybe sometimes you shouldn't try to, you know, read too much into a title or a name, but specifically this one over here sparks a little bit of you know, craziness in it already, because it, you know, the naming Beyond means they go further than a normal park builder, which, you know, you could say Evolution, Jurassic World Evolution, you know, or you just say Park Beyond. But, you know, I think it's not assuming, and this is me guessing, but I think they don't mean to go beyond what a great park builder is, to make it even greater in terms of more realism, more depth and management stuff. I think the Beyond tackles a bit more the idea what can go beyond the reality of a park and what can happen in your mind. And it almost goes like a little bit into the movie that I think was released last year or something, like this Dream Park. I never watched that movie, but it just kind of the little girl that has the park in her mind, and then it kind of exists in real life or whatever, and she's like building the park in her dreams, and it kind of looks like a little bit like this. But yeah, it's just purely guessing at this point. But the style and everything else just got me excited. So fingers, hooves, and everything crossed that we have, that this is maybe more than just a crazy game of crazy roller coasters. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe they do a tropico-fiation of Planet Coaster, you know, so tropico-fied, I guess that's the word, Planet Coaster. I'd be in if they do this, if they give us enough freedom to build some cool, crazy stuff. Hey, that would be really fun, you know. I could definitely see myself doing some stuff in here. But yeah, so in case you guys are also a little bit interested in that, make sure to follow the channel. will keep my eyes on this game and cover new information about this as soon as they're ready. And yeah, that should be it from my side. And sorry for that very weird video in the middle of the night, but you know, Gamescom decided to play tricks on me today and just releasing so much cool stuff already on the first night, so I just decided to make like a video about this. Anyhow, I really hope you guys enjoyed this a lot. I'd love to talk to you in the next one, so in case again you like it, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. That's the easiest way to tell the algorithm that you liked my content and help me grow the stuff. Thank you so much, stay safe everyone, and have a good time. Goodbye.